So nowadays we live in a time where if you're not in the top 1% in the GTA or in Toronto, you have to have multiple jobs and you have to have a side hustle. You just to live, not to live comfortably, just to live, you have to have multiple jobs, have to have a side hustle. I was having this conversation with a friend of mine the other day. Your job, I mean, for a lot of people, your job is, maybe you've done it for a long time. Maybe you don't truly enjoy it, but it gives you, the stability that you need. Maybe you already have a family, maybe you have kids, maybe you don't have kids or a family yet, but you have bills to pay and you need your job and you don't see yourself leaving your job. You're paid decently well for, not for, the cost of living in Toronto, but you're paid decently well compared to what other people are getting paid, and you have benefits and all that. Now you're looking to do a side hustle. Like I was telling a friend of mine, you can do literally anything you want in this world as a side hustle. No one is forcing you to do anything. You don't need to copy what everybody else is out there doing. You don't need to see that, okay, this industry and niche is profitable and people are making a lot of money in this niche or industry. That happened a lot when people were doing drop shipping and Amazon FBA, right? Not everyone's going to be able to successfully run a business from scratch, and it takes a lot of trial and error to get to that point. So if you have a side hustle, I mean, and you're putting a lot of energy and effort into it and you want it to be your main hustle one day, pick something that you're actually passionate about. For me personally, I mean, why do I make these videos? Why do I make videos on YouTube about personal finance, money, health? I have a video about health where I did a water fast for 3 days. I didn't eat anything for 3 days and just had water and pink Himalayan salt. Why did I do that? Why do I keep going? The only reason I decided to do YouTube and make content, the main reason is fulfillment. It's really big for me to give to others and give information to others. The reason I talk about personal finance and health mainly is because that's the thing that I struggled with the most the last few years and throughout my life, right? Because nobody really taught me personal finance or anything to do with money, and it was just, you just fall into these traps and you dig a hole and you have to get out of the hole. And when you're trying to get out of that hole, you're essentially on your own. Like you have, obviously you have your friends and your support system that you can talk to, but money is like a taboo thing that people don't, despite all the content that's out there, the first instinct is to not tell anyone, right? Because any sort of money mistake you don't put out there. And that's why I have a series on just talking to people about money mistakes and money wins and the smartest thing they did and what they learned about money growing up, just to kind of showcase that everyone comes from a different place. It's not, where you start. It's what do you do to supplement everything that you're lacking while you're on your way to your destination of wherever you're trying to get success-wise or financially. But yeah, for me, I mean, I remember making my first video on YouTube, and that one single video, I had no idea the effect it would have. It's not about the views. It got 44 views on YouTube. The ripple effect that it had on the immediate circle that I have at work. I didn't put that video out and then go and say, hey, everybody go watch it. You need to watch this. Nothing like that. I put the video out. A few people watched it and they started coming up to me, asking me questions, ready to invest in the market. We've continued that dialogue. I'm trying to kind of get the people who are not interested or find it overwhelming to try to simplify it and get them interested, because the effect I've already seen in teaching the basic fundamentals and basic idea behind the stock market and investing and the different platforms. There's a lot you got to know, right? But once you know it, it's like riding a bike. You're not going to forget it. You take it with you. It's not like a complicated process you have to keep on repeating and you have to calculate and figure out. No, it's you just do the same thing again and again and again. And now you know it, and you have the confidence that you pedal your right foot and then your left foot, and then you keep going, and the bike's not going to fall over. And it's the same thing with the stock market. You know that you're not going to lose all your money. It's going to be up and down. You will be biking uphill sometimes, and it might be steep. Helping somebody is a lot more valuable than having my video go viral. Helping somebody learn something that no one can take away, that they can pass on to somebody else, that they can pay forward, that they can feel good about, that could potentially materially change their life down the road. Obviously, this is not like a get-rich-quick thing, right? I find that nowadays, like a lot of people, like I don't know, like, if people are saving money for a house or investing or whatever, but I feel like a lot of people kind of gave up on the whole, buying a house or, investing or any of that stuff, and they just kind of just go on vacation all the time, especially younger generation. Like, I don't know if that's the case, correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe if this information is more out there, people might try to put some money at least aside to kind of build their financial future which will allow your future self to go on vacation whenever you want, potentially retire from your job, potentially cover your entire housing cost. Like if you cover your entire housing cost, whatever, if it's mortgage or rent every single month with passive income that comes from your portfolio because it's so large, or if you're able to pull out $30,000 a year from your portfolio, and because it's invested in the market, it's going to continue to grow and grow and grow. You can go on vacation whenever you want. You can do whatever you want. You don't need to be tied to a job, right? I think that is the end goal, right? Like long-term investing is not, you don't do it so that you can just hoard money and not spend it. There is an end goal, and that's why people do it. And a lot of people, retire at like 40, 45, maybe even 35 if they start early enough and they invest enough. I'm going to do a video on compound interest, which will really kind of solidify things. The point of this video is that you got to do what you love as a side hustle. And what I found is that if you're passionate enough and if it's a big enough thing and you're able to help people, you're lucky, you're blessed. It's a blessing if it's actually making an impact, and obviously trying to find ways and to mix in other types of content in there, like, talking about the history of Starbucks and Frappuccinos and whatever, that it can provide some sort of information to entertain you, to you learn something new. At its core, I just want to provide information that you can actually take action with and feel good about. Create a community of like-minded people. I saw this reel where Shia LaBeouf is speaking, and he's like, life is about finding what you're good at and then using that to help society or make an impact. I think I found my thing. Obviously, I never thought of myself as this like outgoing great speaker or anything like that, but I'm getting more and more comfortable doing that, putting myself out there, because I think that fear it's not worth it, right? Like if you have all this information and you really, really want to help people and share this information and get it out there and figure out a way to simplify things so that people don't really need to think too hard to take action. If you can do that, then who cares about how you sound on camera, how you look on camera, any of that stuff. If you have a side hustle, if you want to start a side hustle, if you need to start a side hustle, make sure it's something that you're passionate about, because if you're passionate about it and you genuinely enjoy doing it and it's an attractive thing to you because of the result of you making that content, maybe it's money, but I don't think money is enough of a reason to make content. It's like you have to enjoy it and you have to want to do it again and again, and you have to want to find better ways of packaging that information and putting it out there. Like I've been really into like the depths of learning how to grow on YouTube, so that's where this is coming from, really. If you're really, really into it, you're going to keep on going down the rabbit hole and keep on doing it without getting tired of it one day. There's infinite amount of things for you to talk about. Like right now, like me talking about this, it's not necessarily about an actionable step in personal finance, but it's related. If you are truly passionate about something and it is rewarding and gives you fulfillment, then you know that you're not going to quit. And if you don't quit and you keep doing it, then you don't have like a deadline of achieving some long-term goal, and you're just going to keep going, then how can you fail? YouTube can answer all your questions. Google can answer all your questions. TikTok, searching a question in TikTok can answer your questions. Not everyone utilizes these things as search engines. Some people need someone in their immediate circle to kind of get things going, or someone in person to say stuff. So hopefully this video can help. Anyways, the frame is kind of tilted here. Hopefully it's okay, but it's going to get posted on YouTube. But hopefully the audio is good, and yeah, see you guys in the next one.